Hey, what's going
Hi,
on? It's Frank
everyone.
here. How are you,
I'm
Erin?
Erin. Welcome to the third episode of your Daily Dose. I'm Erin. I'm the Educational Program Director at CenterStage.
And I'm Frank Goodlow. I am the Performance and Visual Arts Director at CenterStage.
And we are bringing your Daily Dose to you in a different format today. We are trying a Zoom meeting, which I know none of you know what that is. I mean, we
No
have
one.
been
I'm
living in
sure they
this
don't.
world for.
Exactly. Who knows what that is? Come on.
So thankfully, this is a neat format because we can be alive as we do this. So you're going to get so much banter over the Daily Dose of drama.
That they
So
are. And I must say, Erin, how wonderful it is to see your beautiful face. I've
ah,
missed it. I've missed your smile and missing your face.
stop it! You're making me blush.
Well, you're making you blush there a little bit.
So without any further ado, this is your Daily Dose.
Yes.
Here
This is here. You'll get all the scoop.
and all the tea. You met? No, we have to go back. We have to go back. It's not the scoop.
All the juice, which I
It's
have in my cup.
all right. It kind of sounds the same. Try it again.
Okay, you ready? Here we go. Take
Uh-oh.
two. Here, you'll get all the juice
And all the tea
about
about
the
the
arts.
arts. Better. All right, time for our first segment entitled.
First segment entitled "Girl I Heard."
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've been listening to this week,
Yeah.
actually was kind of came to a head last weekend with Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera, and
Oh,
so
cool.
I know I have loved this musical. I mean, ever since musicals existed for me in my world. And of course, I was listening to the original Broadway cast recording, but I was recently introduced to the 25th anniversary performance at the Royal Albert Hall. And this, of course, stars Ramin Karimloo and Sierra Boggess. And so I was introduced to those actors for the first time through this production. And what is so awesome is that Andrew Lloyd Webber actually streamed this for free last week. Frank, did you see that?
I did not get a chance to see it. I know I'm awful.
Jeez.
I did not.
Well,
I did not.
what was really cool though is that I saw a lot of people posting about it that they were watching it, and people that like had never seen Phantom of the Opera or like
Hmm.
never had exposure to that music, and maybe it's just because it's like a you know not a golden age musical, but something that is older. It's not but it still maintains its presence in the Broadway world. So
Oh yeah,
it's
it
kind of
definitely
cool
does.
that that was provided for free to get everyone re-exposed to it.
And I'm sure that a lot of people that have never, um, like you said, normally would not have that exposure. Normally would not get a chance to see it. This gives them a chance, to see that.
Yeah,
Which is great.
exactly.
That's awesome. Well, for me, I was in the car the other day and was just riding along, minding my business, and I just popped in Aida, and that's what I was listening to. And I like, ended up just driving around, listening to it more because I absolutely love Aida. It, I love it. And then on my phone, I end up switching over to a chorus line.
Oh,
Yes, a
okay,
chorus
I
line.
have a
And I
confession.
think, you what?
I have a confession.
What's your confession?
I really don't know that show at all.
I gotta go. Goodbye.
I know.
Uh,
Wait, come back.
what? You really don't
No,
know a chorus line?
I really don't. And what's crazy is that like Mind's Eye Theater did it recently, and it was such an incredible production from what I heard,
Yes.
but I couldn't go to it because I was in a different show myself. And I know that it's a I mean, that is technically golden age in a way, like
Yeah.
back then. And I just don't know it yet.
I can't believe you don't know that show.
Okay, so tell me about it.
All
Why
right.
do you love it?
Broadway, not Broadway, but people out there, please get on her for not seeing a chorus line and knowing nothing about it. A chorus line is so amazing. I mean, it's just basically, especially if you're a dancer or a performer, because it's this cast of people that start at an audition, a dance audition. He's looking for these dancers, and you know the song "I Hope I Get It," right? God, I
Oh,
hope I get it.
yes, I
I hope
know
I
the
get it.
songs from it. It's just I don't know the context of it, I guess. Like all in succession.
It's all about an audition for a Broadway show, and each person tells their story and the director, which you never see, all you hear is his voice. You never see
Ooh.
the director until the very end.
Okay.
You finally see him, but it is about um, all these different characters that tell their story, and the director wants to know these stories. This is his audition. He dives deep and like pushes each person to tell their story and what where they're from, deep stuff, and
Yeah.
it's so good. And all
Okay.
the
Well,
dance
check it out.
numbers and songs, yes, you have to check it out.
Have they done a revival of that, or is there just like the original Broadway cast recording?
Uh, I think there was like a 25th anniversary.
Okay.
Now it's
Well.
got to be like 100 years. I don't know how.
All right. There's
But I
no
think it was like a
excuse for
20.
me anymore. So
Do
what you're
what?
saying. There's no excuse for me anymore.
Right, there is no excuse now, so you definitely have to see it.
Very
All right,
well.
well, let's move on to our next segment,
Okay.
which is called
Oh my gosh, I have to tell you.
what? What
We
you
have
got to
some
tell me? All right,
content.
well, this is where we talk about cool links, different videos that you should go out and watch or listen or stream. So what you got, Erin?
All right, so I'm actually going to go back a little bit to what we talked about with Phantom of the Opera.
Uh-huh.
As I shared earlier, and as a lot of you already know, um, the Phantom of the Opera 25th anniversary performance was streamed live this past weekend on YouTube. And actually, to kind of extend it, Andrew Lloyd Webber has announced that he's streaming his musicals for free on YouTube every week. And so Phantom was
Which is
obviously
so
last
awesome.
week. Yes. I mean, I think that is such a great way to, as you said, Frank, like get people who love it, people who've seen those shows to experience them and to, really have the arts present for us in
Yeah,
this time,
yeah.
but also to expose people who've never heard of it, or maybe who have always been kind of curious, but didn't really want to dive into the world of musical theater because it's daunting. I
It
mean, it
is. It's
can
very
be for,
daunting.
and there's so many things that people say about musical theater, and I think this is a neat way to get people involved. And so not only musical theater streaming, but also I wanted to share, just in the realm of the arts, the Metropolitan Opera is also streaming their operas for free on their website, and they're doing that like every night at 7:30. And I just want to make sure I get this information right. Yeah, complete operas streamed in HD, that they have produced over the last 14 years. So
That
it's,
is amazing.
yes, it's incredible. And going to the opera is not a cheap affair. It's,
Right.
and it's also, even if it were cheap, we don't have, we have the Kentucky Opera here, which puts on incredible productions, but
Yes.
we don't have as much access to it because, as far as in our region. And
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
think that's a really cool way to get people exposed to opera. And the Met is doing such incredible work on kind of reimagining the
Hmm.
classics for
Hmm.
the modern stage and modern audiences. And sometimes I see posts from them that are like, Puccini's opera that was written 150 years
150,
ago,
20. You're right.
but you look at the costumes and they're all modernized, or you look at the scenery and it's like, oh, that's taking place like in present day. So anyway, go check that out. We'll put the link below for the Mets productions.
Oh, it's right.
And
I was like,
my
oh,
battery just went out.
well, it's here.
And and also the link about Andrew Lloyd Webber stuff.
Yes. Well, that is awesome. My link is not as cool as that, but it is something to learn. It is something to learn. Yesterday, Sandra and I did a Zoom meeting like this, and we did an audition class 101. I know several people out there know how to audition, but there are a lot of people that don't know how to audition
I
or
think you should, yeah, lean on
need
that
a
part.
refresher of what it is and what you need to do to audition. So we recorded that, and that should be up sometime this week. We talk about what you should do and what we look for when you first come into an audition, how you should have your music, what your music should be laid out, songs that you should sing, songs that you maybe want to stay away from, how about your monologues, what to do at a dance audition. So we talked about all these different things, about slating, about talking, about taking a deep breath before you walk in, rehearse before you come into the audition, because so many times people's like, I thought I knew this monologue, but I don't, and they have their hand, and you're like, So it's really, really cool. I think people will hopefully learn something from that, you
I
know?
mean, I think anyone, Frank, like as someone who's never auditioned to someone who's, like me, who's I haven't auditioned like a ton, but
Right.
and then people who've auditioned like every day of their life for years and years. There's always something to learn about an audition experience, and because every audition experience is different.
Yes.
So I mean, and everyone out there, these are authorities on auditioning. Frank, I don't know, you want to introduce Sandra a little bit?
Yeah, Sandra Rivera. She is a professional performer, and she also owns Dance Sensation Studios. She worked at Derby Dinner Playhouse, I think, for about 15, 16 years. And she also choreographed Annie for us at CenterStage. She choreographed Beauty and the Beast for us. So she's choreographed several different shows. I've known Sandra for, gosh, over half my life, I think. I mean, I met her years ago at
Just like
MTL, and we
15
just,
years.
huh?
So just like 15
So
years.
like
10 years.
15, what are you talking about? Like 10 years. Come
10.
on. 11. Yeah, like we instantly bonded, and she's just amazing. Like I said, everything that she talks about, I trust.
Yes, I
As a
completely
choreographer. And
agree.
yeah, definitely. So it's a great little class, and that will be on our virtual J page. And then
Right.
I'm sure
So
it'll also
guys,
be
we
on our
will link that
page.
below.
Yes, we will definitely link that below. All
Great.
right, what's up for our next segment?
Oh, our next segment is called
Did you know? Did you know?
Did You Know? And in this segment, excuse me, we are going to have all the trivia for you.
Yes.
So let's see what you got. Frank?
My trivia question is, who played Anita in the first Broadway production of West Side Story? I'm sure people know this.
I have an idea.
You have an idea? Don't you say it.
I
You
won't say.
should know it, because I know how much you love West Side Story.
It
You
is
should know who it
definitely a
is.
favorite. I have to know
Yes,
that. I wouldn't be a true fan if I didn't.
exactly. So what's yours?
All right, my trivia question for everyone today is, what is the highest grossing musical of all time?
I think I know.
There are lots
I'm
of,
not for
I mean,
sure.
you think about the life of Broadway, there
Yeah,
could be
a whole
a
lot.
lot of guesses here. So,
Could be a lot
everyone,
of guesses.
write your answers below, what you think. Who played,
Yes.
I almost said the answer. Who played Anita?
Oh, don't you say it.
And what musical is the highest grossing musical of all time on Broadway?
Do not say
Um,
it.
what?
I said, don't say it. Do
I
not say
won't.
it.
No, I won't.
Do not say it.
All right,
Okay.
guys, so that's it for our daily dose, episode 3.
Yeah.
Let us know
I
what you guys
will.
think about this Zoom. It was obviously like not as clean cut as our other ones. I'm a little more freeform since Frank and I got to interact live, which is always
Yes.
so much fun. Not only fun just for you guys to listen to our humor, but also because it was good for us to see each other.
To see
So
each other. Yes, because I haven't seen you in forever. I miss being able to walk into your office and be like, hey, Erin.
I
Or
know
you come out to my office and be like, Everett. I miss it.
that's what I sound like too.
And just like that.
Yeah.
Just like that. Well,
All right, guys. So look for our links below. Comment your answers on our trivia below, and just let us know how you're engaging in the arts for yourselves at home, for your kids at home, with friends at home. We'd love to hear it. And also, don't forget to visit the virtual J for any other content, and
yes.
look for Frank and Sandra's audition video this week on the virtual J.
Exactly. Also, let me go back to that real quick. With an audition class, Sandra's going to be recording a basic musical theater class to post for people that aren't dancers but want to know just basic terms, how they do, and how combinations come together. So also look out for that coming out this week.
Fantastic. All
All
right,
right.
guys. So that does it for us here.
Yes.
Remember,
And as always, like Erin just said, remember, you didn't hear it from us.
But you heard it here first.
All righty. Bye, Erin.
Bye, Frank. So we'll just cut that.